Hey, how you doing? This is Craig Beck from StopDrinkingExpert.com. Welcome into another. And if you are interested in getting started on the same course that has helped hundreds of thousands of people just like you to escape the loop of alcohol addiction, then what you should be doing straight after this video is going to the website stopdrinkingexpert.com and signing up for a free quit drinking webinar that will explain to you how this process works so well. Now, today I wanted to talk about something that I refer to as threshold events. These are powerful events in your life that force temporary change. They are normally the catalyst for all of our great big promises that more often than not, we fail to deliver on. For example, a threshold moment with regards to weight loss might be you overhear someone describing you as the big lady over there or the big guy over there. And it kind of shakes your belief about who you are. And you say, that's it, I'm going on a diet. You're so wounded, you're so hurt by this event that it forces you to take action. Now, the reason I use temporary is because when you make attempts to change things in your life that are firmly embedded in your subconscious mind, using a threshold event as leverage, you're pretty short term in your success rate, because threshold events only kind of give you half the power you need to actually force change into your life. And the further you get away from that event, the weaker that leverage becomes. So that day that you overhear someone talking about you and saying, oh, yeah, it's that big lady over there. It hurts, you're wounded, and you carry that pain with you. But 24 hours later, it's a little bit less. 3 days later, it's starting to fade into the distance. A few weeks later, you can hardly remember it. And so that leverage that you were using to take action is now gone. And the same applies with alcohol. As a problem drinker, you will have had many threshold events, just like celebrities like Megan Fox. And you may have heard this story. Megan Fox had a threshold event where she was given a load of free champagne at an event and then had to go up on stage and make a speech. And she was hideously offensive. I mean, what she said on that stage really should have destroyed her career. And she made that mistake because of alcohol. And it was so painful that it actually forced her to say, look, if I want to be a Hollywood superstar, I can't be doing this anymore. And if I can't do this anymore, it means I can't drink anymore. So she used it as a positive change mechanism. I've had many threshold moments with alcohol, letting down my kids, not turning up where I was supposed to be because I couldn't drive because I'd been drinking, and seeing the look of disappointment on the face of my kids. Powerful threshold moments. I once destroyed a friendship because of alcohol. A guy I'd been friends with for years, professionally and socially. We went out one night. I got completely drunk and just verbally assaulted him, laid into him relentlessly. It was one of those ones where you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, did that really happen? I rang him and apologized, and he graciously accepted my apology, but I've never spoken to him since. He wanted nothing more to do with me. Hugely painful threshold moment. But were any of these enough to get me to quit drinking? No. For the same reason I described at the start of the video. Using these events is not enough to complete what you're hoping to achieve. They can give you some short-term impetus. They can send you off on a 7-day dry spell or even a 1-month dry spell. But always, as you get further and further away from that bad thing that happened, you lose power and you start thinking, well, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe I can just have one. Maybe I don't need to quit. I can moderate. So I wanted you to be aware that if you're watching this video because you've just had something bad happen to you because of your drinking, and you are now saying to yourself, that's it, this time it's different, I want you to be aware that while, yes, you can use that event to get you started, you need much more to complete the journey. So don't just stay in this moment of anger and disappointment and guilt and regret. It's not going to be enough to get you to the finish line. But while you're in this state of mind of wanting change, now is the time to bring in, sorry, I banged the microphone there. Now is the time to bring in all the extra tools that you need to discover your own happy, sober life. Remember what I always say, this is not about quitting drinking. This is about falling in love with sobriety. It's about living daily in a state of gratitude for being sober, so that your soberness, your sobriety is a part of your daily life. Because if you make this about quitting drinking, then this is a really important thing that slowly becomes something that happened way back. And the further you get away from it, the less you'll remember it. The less you'll remember how miserable alcohol made you and why you made this decision. So that's it. Short video today. I just wanted to explain that these threshold events are powerful motivators initially, but you need more. And I want to encourage you in this video to get the tools while you're in this mindset so that you can not just stay sober for a week or a month, but you can turn this into a lifelong achievement and state of happiness. If that sounds interesting to you, then the next thing you should be doing is going to that website there, stopdrinkingexpert.com, and signing up for my next free quit drinking webinar. Thanks a lot. See you in the next video.
Discover the world's most successful and respected online quit drinking program today.
It gives you real mental freedom from the clutches of alcohol.
Craig Beck helps you understand what alcohol does to you, how it works.
Are you finally ready to take action? Your sober journey begins 11 a.m. Sunday. Reserve your space at my next free quit drinking webinar.